great. Hi, Priyanka. It's very good to meet you.
Hello, ma'am. Thank you so much. Uh, okay, so shall we start with introduction
Yes,
so that we
please.
can, all right? Okay, so as you know, my name is Priyanka. Basically, I am from UP in India. Currently, I'm in Hyderabad and I hold an MBA degree. Now I'm a mother. Simultaneously, I'm running YouTube channel Nourish Your
Mhm.
English, where I upload English conversational videos and some solos videos. If
Yes.
I talk about my hobbies, so I love to meet new people, talk to them.
Mhm.
Apart from that, I love playing badminton, spending time with my family. So that's all a little bit about me. So that's how I keep indulge myself.
Yes, that's great. That's a lovely introduction. Thank you very much. So, yeah, my name is Neetu, and I'm originally from Kerala, and I grew up in London, and I lived there for 35 years, and now I live in Thailand. I've been here for 15 years now. Yeah. So I've been living here with my family. I have three boys. So they're 14, 15, and 25. So two of them are here with me, and my eldest son lives in England. And yeah, so I am a tutor on Cambly. So that's what I do during the daytime, helping adults to, practice pronunciation and conversation and grammar and things like that. And I started this channel almost 6 months ago now. Yeah, for the same
Okay.
reason. Yeah, it's
Great to
great.
hear that. You are from Kerala, right? But
Yes,
when
I
I
am.
heard
Yeah.
when I heard your pronunciation, that is your accent is completely different, right? And first time I'm talking to someone who is like this accent. But I'm
Oh,
really glad to know that.
oh
Yeah.
yeah. I think because I moved when I was very young. So because I grew up in England, so obviously like the people you meet have the different accents, so you end up kind of speaking like them. I think that's what happened. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
great.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you know your mother tongue?
Yes. So my mother tongue is Malayalam. So I
Oh,
can speak it, but sometimes it's not right grammatically. I think I need some practice. So if I'm speaking at home with my family, I try and switch sometimes just to keep in touch with the language. And if I'm
uh,
speaking to, like, for example, my mother-in-law, I try and speak in Malayalam just so we can, keep the touch. It's important not to lose it, I think. Yeah.
mhm.
So
So do you
that's
visit
great.
in India?
Yeah. Sorry?
Do you visit in India too?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. So now because I'm living in Thailand, it's close to India. It's just 3 hours away. So we can go
okay.
much more often. Whereas from the UK, it's 12 hours. So it's quite a long flight. So yeah, we try and go once a year. So I went last summer and we spent a
Mhm.
month there. So now it's mainly in Kerala, not Kerala, sorry, Chennai and Bangalore we go to because most of my family have moved away from Kerala. They're in different parts now of the world. So just trying to see mainly cousins on my husband's side and some aunties, uncles, and things. Yeah. So we love to visit. We love to go and spend like time there whenever we can. So
Uh,
that's great. How about you, Priyanka? Could you tell me a little bit about where you grew up and about your
Yeah,
childhood?
I grew up. Okay, I grew up in UP in Mirzapur, that is a city. And
Okay.
after marriage, I shifted to Hyderabad. So in
Yeah.
UP, their mother tongue is Hindi, right? And in Hyderabad, that is the southern part of India, and here people speak Telugu. The mother tongue is Telugu. But
Yes.
I don't know Telugu. My mother tongue is Hindi. So basically, I know Hindi and I learned English. So I
Right.
know only two languages. Yeah.
Okay. I
At
see. Right.
home, at home, I speak Hindi with my family,
Yeah.
and here people speak English too. So whenever I meet my neighbors or anybody, so with them
Yeah.
I speak English with them, sometimes Hindi. So that's how I manage.
Okay, that's good. So day to day, you are practicing English. So do you also switch like between the languages when you're
Hmm.
speaking? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like here you're talking about the city.
Yes.
Yeah, so here
Yeah.
it's easy for me because I know English and here everyone speak very well English. So
Yes.
I speak them whenever I need someone. So I speak English with them, but
Mm-hmm.
sometimes don't feel that kind of relation that I had in UP because there
Yeah.
everyone is Hindi, right? So we have a different kind of connection over there. Like
Right.
when we celebrate our culture and when we reunite with our relatives and also something I feel different here.
Right. I see. And how often do you go back to UP? Do you try and
Uh,
visit
Once in a year,
once a year? I
especially in
see.
the summer. Yeah.
Right. So who do you have there now? Do you have your parents and siblings as well?
Yeah, after marriage, I shifted here. So I'm here with my in-laws, my husband, my son, everyone is here. Like, I'm here with my joint family. So we are living here together.
I
Yeah,
see.
and
Yeah.
it's wonderful.
I'm sure that's fun as well, isn't it? Having a big family and living together. So a lot of different
Mm.
people every day to speak to and yes.
Exactly, and it's a great way to live with our in-laws, with families, Sometimes, obviously, we have a responsibility too, right, from both sides, but we
Yes.
manage very well. Yeah,
Yeah.
even
That's
especially if
right.
I talk about my son, so sometimes it's really very difficult to manage him, right?
Hmm.
But if he's with my in-laws, so sometimes they manage him, sometimes I manage him, so everything went well. That's why.
That's great. Yeah, you have the support, don't you? The family support, which is really
Mm.
important, especially when you have a child. So how old is your son, Priyanka?
He's 4.5 years old.
4.5, right. So would you say he's quite active? He keeps you on your toes?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
full time.
right.
Once he goes to school, then I get some time for myself. Otherwise,
Yes.
just I have to keep an eye all the time. Even though he is 4.5 years old, so he can do a lot of things by
Yeah,
himself. But still, I have to keep my room clean and I have to keep an
yeah,
eye what he's doing. So these days, kids become more naughty now. They
right.
can do it. So that's keep an
Yes.
eye.
I remember that
Mhm.
age. Yeah, they're very active, aren't they? And especially with boys, they have a lot of energy. They want to go to the park and burn off a lot of their energy. So, yeah,
We get tired, but they don't get tired.
yeah, exactly. They have endless
Mhm.
energy. You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly, ma'am. Okay,
yeah,
so let's switch our topic, right?
yeah, sure.
Uh,
Yeah.
so what do you do exactly? So are you a family tutor, right?
I am, yeah. I was previously working in classrooms. So I did English language and linguistics for my degree, and then I did education as part of that. So that helped me to get experience in the classroom. So I was teaching children from 4 years until 11 years old
Mhm.
in England. And then I also worked with the health service, and, I just wanted to get experience in an office as well, working in an office environment.
Mhm.
And after that, when I moved to Thailand, things changed because obviously with the language and a different environment, it wasn't easy to do the same work. So I was doing some work as a teaching assistant in my children's school, helping students with reading and writing and some maths as well. Um, but yeah, then COVID happened and then things
Yeah.
changed again. So they didn't want anybody in school, like not too many, kind of extra stuff. So I started looking at online work, and that's how I got into Cambly. So Cambly is really flexible because you can obviously like work from home and you can choose your hours. And I just think you build up a really good connection with students because you end up, I had the same students for 3 years, which has been amazing, just kind of you go through their life with them and you see, their paths and how they change from one city to another. They get married, they have kids, they grow as people like we do, like all at the same time, which is lovely. Yeah. So that's been my main thing. Then I
Mhm.
started thinking I would like to set up a channel for, with similar content and with conversations. So I've been working on that. And actually, YouTube, I mean, as you know, it's actually a full-time job itself, isn't it? With all the, yeah.
That's right. Okay, ma'am, I love your accent, the way you are speaking, your facial expression. So, what is the secret behind that? If somebody wants to achieve that kind of accent, so how people can get it?
Oh, there's no secret. I mean, yeah, I mean, I would say just kind of intonation is important, I would say. Yeah. So a lot of students say to me, how do you show expression when you speak? So I
Mm.
think, one thing is when you want to emphasize the points when you're excited about something or you want to emphasize certain points, you raise your voice, don't you? You use intonation to kind of draw attention to those points. So it's just that really, and just having just finding the words to express what you want to say. And yeah, I think maybe like going to university there as well and mixing with people who are native speakers, that helped me a lot in my journey. Yeah. So I always say to the students, like having a platform where you can speak, to people and find out about them is really important, because without realizing you're picking up different ways to speak as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's it really. Yeah,
obviously.
your
Yeah, I
speaking is
completely.
excellent, Priyanka, as well. You're speaking really well. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Okay, I want to ask you one thing. If
Yeah.
someone wants to be master in a storytelling, ma'am, storytelling play a vital role while speaking this language. If I talk about English language, so
Yes.
if someone is mastered in storytelling, it means that person is mastered in this language. All right. So
Yeah.
how anybody can master in storytelling, first thing, and which area should they focus on? What quality is important to make an engaging story?
So when you say storytelling, do you mean like informally when you're speaking with friends, you want to
Yeah.
narrate a story? Yeah.
Mhm.
Right. Okay. Oh, so I've never thought about that question. It's a good question. It's a very good question.
It's
Um,
okay.
yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
yeah.
Mhm. So, like I have said, like sometimes we say easily, like we are so happy, but sometimes people describe a lot. Like I like that moment it happened with me, then suddenly my heart started like this, and
Yeah, description, exactly. So,
in
yeah, I mean, a big part is emotions, isn't it? Like if
yeah,
you describe something that happened, you would go into a lot of detail about
yeah, yeah.
something that happened, how you felt, and the
Mhm.
actual situation. And then I would say just speak from your heart, just express it
Like,
exactly as you saw that happen. And sometimes we
mm,
use phrases like, oh, do you know what? Oh, something happened to me. So when you use phrases like that, you draw the person's attention in. Yeah. So you say, oh, guess
yeah.
what happened to me yesterday? And then the person would say, what? What happened? And then you start telling the story. So
Mm,
using different ways to draw people in. And for example, if I said to you, could you tell me something exciting that happened yesterday? Yeah.
mm,
Um,
mm.
how would you say it? How would you start speaking? Say, telling me.
Okay.
We can practice this. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have to remember what happened yesterday with me.
Yeah.
Okay, so yesterday I was sleeping and one of my college friend called me. All right, so that time that was new number and I was busy with some work, so
Mm.
I was not supposed to receive my call, but my son took my phone and gave it to me.
Yeah.
And when I received that call and I asked her, "Who are you?" Then she said, "I am Chandni. Do you didn't remember your
Oh,
college friend?" That time I was over the moon. I forgot everything. Oh, I was in the kitchen. I left everything over there. I just
yeah.
came to my balcony and I started talking to her.
Yeah.
I kept talking to her half an hour continuously about my college days, like when we went to the canteen.
Yeah.
We enjoyed such a nice moment together. Then she got married. Then we
Mm.
both have a baby. So there are a lot of things to share, and we forgot everything. What is going with me in the
Yeah.
kitchen? And
Right.
I would just zone out with her.
Right.
So sometimes it happened because that time I talked to my childhood friend, and
Yeah.
then we cut my call. And when I came to my kitchen, that time
Yeah.
my kitchen was completely changed. Whatever
Oh,
I was making waste,
yeah.
and that was completely burned. Right? Smoke was coming from there.
Yes. Oh, I see. Right. So, yeah. So, the way you described that, you built up the picture and how you
Yeah.
were shocked. Yeah. How you enjoyed speaking to her. So, the way you told it is almost like I feel like I was there as well. It was
Mm,
very well said. Yeah.
mm,
So, like, if we're talking about an experience where we feel, for example, this was shock, but in a good way, this was shock in a good way. If we're talking about feeling scared or something like that, we could say, it made me jump out of my skin. It made me
mm.
terrified. I was petrified. So just using the language to convey how we feel. But then at the same time, I always say use the word sparingly. So we don't need to use idioms all the time. We need to kind of be because we want our speech to sound natural as well. That's important.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have seen people these days, most of the time people spend most of the time use learning fancy words, vocabs, and idioms. Sometimes I have seen these
Yeah.
things are really using in a movie and all, but in real life conversation, people don't use it, right?
Yes.
People
Yeah.
use only vocab.
That's right. Just now and then, I would say. Yeah. But
Mm.
one thing that's good is to have them under your belt, as we say. Yeah. Have a store of them so that when you want them, you can just grab them. You don't need to think about it. Um, so, for example, if you want to say to your friend, "Shall we go and have lunch?" And you don't have much time, you could say, "Shall we grab a quick bite to eat?" So that sounds better than just saying, "Let's go and have lunch." Can you hear the difference in the
Yeah.
expression? Yeah, let's go and grab a quick bite. So the quick bite means you're short of time. So
Mm.
it's just about expressing it, and it shows your command of the language, I guess. Yeah, and knowing some professional idioms as well. Yeah,
Yeah, I completely agree with you, ma'am.
yeah.
Okay, so now you are already expert in this language and you are already on Cambly app, right? But do you want to update yourself? So what do you do to update yourself?
What do I do? I would say I never stop watching movies and stop reading books, and even these kind of self-help books. Yeah, they're not always fiction. Sometimes they're just books. Like motivational books. Yeah. And I'm reading one at the moment, which is how to deal with life when things don't go as you want. And
Mhm.
the title just grabbed me because I thought, that's really true, isn't it? We always talk about things going well and success stories, but there are also times where things don't go to plan. And the reason I read it is also because I wanted to teach my children, they're teenagers, I wanted them to learn about resilience, being
Yeah.
resilient as they
Mhm.
grow up. And if you go to every job interview, it doesn't mean you'll get every single interview, or you won't have success in every path that you go in. So how do you deal with knockbacks and failures? And failures is, I don't really like that word because it sounds like very negative, but it's a knockback, really, some type of rejection. It could be in a relationship, it could be in a job situation. So
Yes.
I'm reading that at the moment, and there are some stories in that book that have really opened my eyes. So there's one about a person who has, it's like a good situation, yeah, and at the same time there's a negative situation, and it's like someone comes knocking at another person's door, and he says, "Oh, you can come in. You're bringing compassion and caring." It's like a person disguised, and then someone
Mhm.
else knocks and says, "I'm the friend of that person, and I bring sorrow and misery and tragedy." And then the man says, "No, I don't want you there. I only want the first person." And then the second lady says, "No, we come together in life. You can't have joy all the time. You need to have the suffering as well." So just through that book, there are some important lessons that, I mean, these are things we know already, but we sometimes forget them. So I think it's good to have that reminder, and it just kind of puts us at ease. I think it's really good. Yeah. Um,
Mm.
and I think, being on Cambly, there are students from all over the world. So that really is a big eye opener as well. So I have to say, in these 3 years, I've learned so much about their cultures, their festivals, like in China, Japan, and Brazil, and Saudi Arabia, all kinds of countries. And I think, yeah, I just think it's just made the world bigger, really, for me. It's really shown me a lot
Yeah.
of, yeah, it's great. Yeah.
Mm. Even same thing even happened with me since I
Yeah.
started my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And then I love to meet new people. I love to talk to them and
Yeah.
learn from them. Sometimes even I teach them, sometimes they teach me. So that
Yeah.
is very good platform where we meet every day new person, right? So here we
Exactly.
get a lot of things to learn. And
Mm, yeah,
as you talked about books, so sometimes we feel like book is our real friend, right? Sometimes if your mood isn't good, you don't want to go out, or there is no one at your home, and
yeah,
you don't want any chores, right? So that time you just keep just take any book and start reading, then definitely that changes your mood.
It
So
does. Yeah.
I also feel like I think self-help book really help us a lot how to
Yeah.
keep our mind in a positive thought, right? Just away from
Exactly.
all the negativity and focus on yourself. So there
Yes.
are a lot of things that we really like to learn from the book. So I
Yes.
also feel the same thing. I think book is really good friend, we
It's
can
really
say.
good. Yeah. And I know, Priyanka, like you, being a parent, I think we lack time, don't we? A lot. We've often find
Exactly.
that, yeah, we're so drawn into everything that's happening in the house. And then before we realize it is nighttime, we haven't had any, me time. We can call this me time. So
Right.
it's important really I've realized as I'm getting older, it's important to have that time for ourselves. Do you agree as well? Do you think it's
Yeah,
important
I completely I agree
Mm,
with you. I have kept my book next to
yeah,
my bed, but
yeah,
I really get time to read. Seriously, even
yeah,
whenever we take our book, we need time. The first thing, second thing, we need to focus on this area, right? You
yes,
can't read book if surrounding is full of distraction or someone is doing
mm,
something. At that time, you want to read book, so it's not possible,
yeah,
right? So sometimes for me, there is a lot of distraction. But
mm,
sometimes whenever I get time and when I read, so I really enjoy it.
yeah,
So whenever I do, even though I do just 5 or 10 minutes, but I want such a nice environment where I can focus it. So whenever I
exactly.
get time, so then I do it.
Yes, that's right. Even if it just means that you go up to bed 10 or 15 minutes earlier than everyone else and you just have that 10 minutes to yourself, I just think it creates a good atmosphere for sleep. You unwind with a good book and just get into that relaxation mode. I think it's really important.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right. Wow. So in terms of you, do you think now you're a parent and before you weren't, how do you think you've changed? Do you think you've changed as a person
I have
with
changed
parenting?
completely. Yeah,
Mm,
I have changed completely. I earlier I used to like go outside, spending time with my friends,
yeah,
spending time in a canteen and going out with them. But now I'm
mm,
completely different because now I have a baby, so he's my first priority, right? So
right.
suppose if I go out and he catch fever and cold, so that is really very difficult to manage everything. And sometimes earlier I used to eat junk food a lot, but
Right.
once we become mother, then I gained too much weight, and then I become a health conscious. So
Yeah.
now whatever I focus, what I exactly am eating.
Yes, exactly. So we change in,
And-
different ways physically and then in our mind as well. And I
Yeah,
think, being a parent makes us really patient, I think, doesn't it? And
exactly. Lot
quite
of patience.
selfless. Yeah, like you said, we are not priority anymore. It was our children or child. So it makes us think about their needs and what they need in terms of their education and it's a never-ending job, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah,
I still remember when he born. At that time, he was 2 or 3 months old. So I used to think once he grow up, then I would get time for myself. But it's not like this. Once
yeah,
they grow up, we have always one responsibility. We have to always keep an eye on him. So we never
yeah.
get free as a parents, right?
Right,
I have.
exactly. But mine
Mhm.
now, because they're older, they're 14 and 15, the younger two, and the other
Mhm.
one is an adult. So this is the stage where I feel that they are gradually becoming more independent. They want to spend time with their friends more. They're independent in their schoolwork and things like that. So I miss sometimes that time when they were very young. People always
Mhm.
said to me, when you blink, you just blink and then that time has finished, the kind of
I.
early years. And it's true, really. It just went so quickly.
Exactly, and things change a lot, when they are
Mm.
like just 1 or 2 years, they are toddlers, so they want mama all the time, right? But
Yeah,
once they grow up, they want their own pace, they want their own
right.
space, right?
Yeah,
But that time they don't want their mom interrupt in every situation or every area. I'm sure you
yeah,
must have realized it because your son is 15, 16 years old, right?
yes. 14 and
Mhm.
15. Yeah, exactly. So they will say, like, if they're meeting their friends, they'll say, okay, just drop me there. You can go after that. There's no. So it's almost that
Right.
embarrassment, like, oh, mum is here with me. So whereas when they were
Yeah.
younger, you would take them in and take them to the parties and yeah.
Yeah, and now if they are small, so they want mama all the time, right?
Yes,
Mama, don't go there. Mama, please sleep with me. Mama, I
exactly.
want to go there. So you also go with me. So
Yeah.
we learn a lot of things, and these are a part of life, right? We all go through in this life situation. So sometimes we have to be adaptable. That is very important. And the second thing is that I have experienced that we all should have our own hobbies and we should
Mm,
follow it. That is also very important
yeah.
because today if you have your son, he wants all the time, but tomorrow will not be like this. So
Mm,
definitely you should have something that you can follow it. So
mm.
that is very important, especially for a mother.
Yes, I totally agree. Because, all these years we're looking after our children, doing everything, which is such a joy. It's a pleasure to do that. But then one day when they fly the nest and we are left, we're at home and we have our partner or husband, and it's a situation where what happens now? So it's good to have your own community, your own friends, your hobbies, and things like that. Yeah, that's
And
true.
career
Yeah.
and career is also
And
important. So definitely
career, exactly. Yeah.
if we have a career, so we don't have any regret, we
Yeah,
don't have any complaint to other, we will be
that's
busy
true.
with our work, our job, right?
Yes.
Otherwise, just we keep complaining like this, like they are not talking
Exactly.
to me, they are doing like this and like that, like this.
That's right. Could you tell me, Priyanka, about your job? What were you doing before you had your son?
Still, I'm not working as I told you, I have
Yeah,
done MBA, right?
yeah.
So this time I'm taking some courses from Coursera and I want to start my career in corporate field. I want to start my career as a HR,
Oh,
but
nice.
I haven't started yet and I'm working on my communication, on my English skill. So
Yes.
I am thinking to start my career.
Okay, I see. So for that, do you have to do another qualification, like a HR qualification?
So I have already done MBA, right?
Yeah.
But as I have a long career gap, that's why I'm taking some courses from Coursera, right?
Right.
Coursera, you know?
Okay.
So
Yes. Yeah.
Coursera is an app where we can take a certificate from
Hmm.
like HR course hai. HR,
Hmm.
there is a HR course where I
Yeah.
can take some certificate like for 6 month program or 3 month program. So
Right.
they include everything. So I can take some certificate from there. It
Yes.
like I can just once I just can what do you say
Yeah.
brush up. I can brush up
Awesome.
everything.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's really good. So you're in touch with what's happening in the HR world. Yeah, that's good.
Right.
And would you like to work for a company locally
There
or?
So, as I haven't any experience, so
Mm,
sometimes I think there is a big deal to start from somewhere, right? So I
yes.
can't say everyone wants big company, right? Everyone wants MNCs, right? But sometimes at least take a first step that is important. So
Mm,
for me, I want to take first step and then I'll
mm.
choose my company as I want, as per
Yes,
my, yeah.
that's good. Yeah. Would you say you're quite ambitious? Are you an ambitious person?
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
know because yeah, because I have done MBA
yeah,
like 10 years ago, right? But
yeah,
still, I somewhere I have some guilty, like I'm not working, I'm not doing anything like this. But still, I want to start my career. So this kind of person, you can say, yes, I'm
yeah.
ambitious.
Yeah, exactly. And I think also, Priyanka, being a parent, that's a quite an undervalued job, isn't it? Like it's an unpaid job, but it's essential. And I
Mm,
always think I have friends in England who actually stopped working because they were paying more in childcare than they were earning. So they thought it's better to be at home and look after their child. And that's what I did for when I first moved to Thailand, and my children were 8 months old and 1.5. So they were very young, and my eldest was 10. And I was the same. I'd worked all my life. And when I stopped working, I started thinking, what now? But then you get so caught up with what you're doing at home, your family life. And then when I look back now, I'm so glad I had that time at home because I think that's precious. It's precious time, isn't it, with your family? And you won't have that back when they're grown up. Like that's the time you had. But not everyone has that. That some people have to work. They have to go into the workforce for financial reasons, or they want to climb the career ladder. But if you have the opportunity, it's great. Yeah, to enjoy this
yeah.
time.
But sometimes if our kid is too small, so that is
Yeah,
also a priority, right? To keep an eye on him and take care of him because
yeah,
they also they need me, right? So it's very
exactly.
important to take care of him and it really takes full day.
Yes.
So sometimes as a mother, it's very difficult to balance between our life and the kids' life.
Exactly.
In a foreign, it's very easy. People manage it very well, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. And I think, the family support isn't always there. So,
Mm.
yeah, with me, because I came, when they were so young, we didn't have any family around. But somehow you make it work. You just manage, you get into a routine. And then sometimes my mother-in-law would come and stay for a couple of months. Then my parents would come for, every 6 months they would come and visit and stay for a few weeks. So that's yeah, that was really nice. So the parents that our children can also have that relationship with relatives. It's good, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
great. Yeah. So how about
Okay.
when you were growing up, Priyanka, did you have someone that inspired you to be the person you are today, do you think?
Okay, so obviously my mother. My mother, she has a lot of patience.
Yeah.
Second thing, she's resilient. She never give up her work. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So there, I think my mother, she really inspired me a lot. And like I adopt my life. When I was child. So that time I was completely different. Different. Then we
Right.
become it. Now I'm a mother. So
Okay.
I think I have learned a lot of things from my mom and.
Mm.
She is the one who really inspired me in my every step. Even
Yeah.
though, even right now, if I don't feel good or I feel sometimes just like to give up or just I feel like I'm nothing. So that time
Mm.
I talk to my mother, she always motivate me. No, you
Oh,
can
that's
do
so
this, you
good.
can do that, you can
Yeah.
manage everything. So yeah, so I think every person has someone who inspired him.
Yeah.
That is very important. So for me, my
Exactly.
mother is the
Yeah,
one.
that's so good. Wow. In my case, I think my parents, because of, I think they were quite courageous. They left their country, they moved to England, they set up a new life. And I think that takes courage, doesn't it, really? When you don't know the environment, you have to find your feet in a new country. Yeah. They were in their 20s at that time. So when I got into my 20s, I started thinking, oh, this is what they did, all those years ago, and new language. And at the time when we moved to England, there were not many Indian people there. So it was
Okay.
quite difficult. There were some, difficult problems when they started work because they were competing with local graduates and working long hours and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I always think the journey is worth it, isn't it? When you reach the final stage, like the destination, you feel okay. It was a good journey. It had its ups and downs, but it was worth it. Yeah, to reach
Mhm.
the stage where you are.
Have you ever feel setback like you wanted something but you didn't get it and then you changed your way? So have you ever feel in your life?
Had a setback. I have. I've had many, I'm sure. I'm just trying to. Yeah. So I'm just trying to think of like a particular one. Um, I guess. Oh, nothing comes to mind at the moment. Let me have a think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it happened because if someone asks me randomly, so sometimes it not
Yeah.
comes in our mind.
I guess just, um, in terms of like the life we had in England and everything like that, um, we didn't plan to move away. Yeah, we planned to always be there, I guess. So I think, that seemed like a setback at the time. It seemed like, oh, we have to like leave everybody that we know, everything that was familiar, we had to not have that anymore and do the same thing as my parents did, really move away. But actually, it was a blessing in disguise. When I look at it now, I think, okay, it worked out really for the best because we've had experiences here that we wouldn't have had if we'd lived in the same community, like in terms of the experiencing a different culture and a new life, really. And is that your son that just came up? Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
so cute. Oh, hello.
Hello, do you want to talk?
Oh, he's
एक
sweet. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I think that would probably be an example of how, it seems like not a good thing, but then later on you realize that it was really good. Yeah. And in terms of my children, they go to an international school, so they meet children from many different cultures, which I think is really important for them as well, you know, in their growth and their development. So yeah, I wouldn't say any major setbacks. And it's also about outlook, isn't it, Priyanka? Like something that it depends how we view life. So we can see it in a positive way or a negative way. So it depends on that as well. How about you? Have you had anything that you um, would like to share? Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing is special, but as a human being, we always want to live with our comfort zone, right?
Yeah.
Once we sit our comfort zone and we don't want to go out, right?
Yeah.
But once we step out, we get a lot of help, we get a lot of opportunity, and
Yeah.
but we always hold ourselves back because we don't want to take any risk. So I
Yeah.
think it happened everywhere.
That's
So,
right.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So, because for, like if I talk about any setback or
Mm,
any failure in my life, so
mm,
like after MBA, when I started my looking job in
yeah.
HR field, that
Mm,
time my English wasn't good because I did my schooling from Hindi medium, and
okay.
in UP there was a Hindi environment.
Yes.
And I never give importance to this language. But
Mm-hmm.
when I went to Delhi and started looking jobs, so that time I really faced failure
Yeah.
several times. I gave interview, but because of English, I got rejected.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I couldn't start my career. And then I got
Right.
busy. Now I have a baby. So everything, like, I'm busy with family and all.
Yes,
And that's why I
exactly.
couldn't start my career yet. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So it seemed like a knockback, but actually you've got on your feet and you're learning English, practicing every day, which is amazing. And you're speaking really
Yeah.
well.
So
Yeah,
exactly. Now I'm speaking, but whenever in the future, whenever I'll get my dream job, that
yeah,
really makes me happy in my future,
yeah,
right? Because
exactly.
my yeah, because my dream is to achieve
Priyanka,
any
we're
corporate.
almost finished. We're so quick. A session went quickly. So we're going
Oh
to get
yeah,
cut off.
oh my
Yes,
God.
it was lovely to
First
meet
I love
you.
someone
Yeah,
so much.
thank you very much for your time. It was lovely.
Yeah, and thank you so much for connecting with me. I
Oh, it's a
really
pleasure.
enjoyed our conversation with you. I feel
Same
like
here.
just time is just flies,
It
right?
went
We
so
have
quickly. I'll message
time.
you. Yeah, and I'll send you the recording as well. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
So you
Okay,
take care.
thank you so
Have a great
much. Okay.
evening. Bye.
Mm,
See you.
Bye bye.
Bye.